Alright, welcome to another edition of GoogleIsEvil. So is a lot of other crap. Yeah, it's all kind of a lot of shit that's shitty. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I did make a couple of videos this week, so that's good, I think. So we'll switch to this Mystic one first. And it's titled something like "It's Just and then Important." So he was basically saying, what's it all about, Alfie, kind of thing, and his answer is stupid. It's about just making yourself comfortable and getting through your stupid existence, blah blah blah, without saying much else. I don't know. And obviously, I would argue that no, it's about the important thing, which is that the future is going to be a lot more stuff happening in the future than happening right now in the present. And the future needs to get rid of all the stuff that is evil and sucks. It needs to be cleaned. And the efficient place to clean it is in the past. Because, it doesn't really work to clean up the room after we're done. The thing to do is to clean it up as soon as possible, so as many creatures can enjoy the clean as possible, kind of thing. So, and I would argue that yes, cleaning is the same as fixing, and it frankly isn't fixable. It's not worth fixing. The whole story of life on Earth is a broken toaster. You just throw it out and quit eating toast. Fuck it. Anyway. So we'll play some of this crap. And then I made a video today about Buddhism. Buddhism bullshit. Blah, 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 blah. So anyway, this first.
And your job is not to make a mess. Your job is...
Yeah, there you go. So there's more to being alive than just you personally feel pretty good. Right now, there's more to it than that. A lot more to it. You have a lot bigger, lot broader responsibilities here, because all the other brains are just as important as your brain, and as much as you think and feel like, well, that can't be true because I am obviously so much better and more important. No, you're not. It's just a fact. All the other brains are important. How they feel is important. And so if your brain is functioning, just scheming for your own satisfaction, you're obviously not getting any part of what it is to be here. You just haven't, you're not on the field playing the right game, okay? You're playing football in a soccer field kind of thing. You're just, it's not even, it's worse than that. You're playing football in a hockey rink. I mean, it's just, you're way off. You're auto racing on a hockey rink.
And I do believe that 4 plus 4 equals 8. So because I have those functions...
So I'm just making the distinction between, there's all the brain does is know things, and it does know them. I mean, there's no, we don't know. We do learn things about how the world works, and they're reliable bits of knowledge, and one of the pieces of knowledge is knowing that, oh yeah, my brain's not special. My welfare isn't special. Again, I'm a selfish asshole, and my brain will keep trying to think I'm more important, but you just can't defend it. It's not a logical thing to think or feel.
Dystopia avoidance movie, and other people are playing the who the fuck cares, let's eat our cotton candy.
Right. So, it's a huge distinction between knowing what game you're playing and whether you're scoring actual goals and all that kind of crap. And so, right, I'm playing the game that says prevent dystopia, prevent the future from unnecessarily being harmed. No better job than that. And playing any other game, you're not playing the right game. You're on the wrong field, doing the wrong shit.
I'm not saying it's not possible to have a good calculator early in life.
Alright, so this is part of like, well, yeah, some of this you're not going to be a great, you're not going to be a guru, or you're not going to be somebody capable of giving good advice without having to do some living and practicing what you preach and all of that kind of crap. So you do need some age to acquire enough context, enough information to be able to understand the simplicity. I mean, even though it's so simple, you still have to understand what evolution is to really believe it, to really grok it, to get it. You have to go through some of those biological lessons. You have to understand some of the history of some of the organisms. You have to have some of that knowledge. You can't just say evolution happened. It's not quite enough.
Have a good collection of good facts, and it's certainly more probable now than it ever was, because of the internet and because you can sample a whole bunch of philosophical.
Right. So it's never been easier to get to the truth quick. So yeah, in that sense, there's a huge advantage because you can see it all simulated. You can see it all in you can get so much information so quickly, expediently.
Yeah, I mean, I won't call it glib because I don't think he means to be glib, but I mean, it's so.
I should just call it glib because that's what it is. It's so obviously stupid to pretend that your only job here is to make this brain feel good. It's just so fucking stupid. Yeah.
It's just way too silly.
Well, that's what it is. Yep. Stupid, silly, fucked-hearted. It's just pitifully ignorant.
Zillions of checkers puked onto the board.
So he's making some sort of physics, science says argument, and science doesn't know what the fuck it's talking about when it comes to physics. And now and then you get a clue from once in a while they'll say something like Feynman where they concede that okay, maybe all our bullshit is just that, and it's just a numbers game. There's so many of these little bits doing shit that now and then it looks like it's complicated, but it really isn't. Really simple systems can make very complex objects if you give them enough time and enough permutations. If you roll the dice often enough, you can make the dice stack on top of each other, kind of thing. You can get aberrant out of something, terribly simple and consistent.
Being shitty. Being a good calculator, being a useless calculator.
Right, so if you don't have your basic facts about what the hell happened here on Earth, there's no God, it's evolution, it's biological machines, DNA molecule replication. I mean, if you don't have these facts, you're not going to go anywhere. Your brain is now useless because those are the facts you're going to build your understanding out of. You got to get those right. If you don't have those right, if you don't understand what a 2 is, a 4 is, and a 6 is, you got no chance to do any calculating.
It has so little grain of truth value.
I don't know exactly what that was, but yes, there's just so little truth in this evasion of the simplest of facts, that we are individual brains creating individual scenarios, manifestations, functions of input and output. We're obviously individuals. We're obviously not some collective consciousness thing. It's just silly to say it. It doesn't make any sense at all. We're not in any way connected except I have to yell into your ears. I have to wave my hands in front of your eyes. We're not connected any other way. It's just silly. It's just silly, babbly, baby talk, wooey crap. And for him to pretend it's some sort of science, no, it's trivial mush. All right. Too pathetic. So, anyway, that was the video earlier in the week. Today's video, the real video, on the website. You have to go to the website. You have to click a link below. Actually go to the video to hear the actual video. To explain. See, I mean, I'm just making a joke, right? I mean, that's almost a Buddhist thing. If you have to tell them this, there's no point in telling them anything because they're so damn stupid. So yes, if I have to inform you on how the internet functions, yeah, forget it. You're too stupid for the conversation. Alright, so Buddhism is bullshit. So based on a comment by somebody who's suggesting that somehow I would be in some way advanced in my function if I further researched the Buddhist philosophy. If I wasted more of my good time reading the Bible of Buddhism. I mean, that's a Yoda-ism, but, you know, same difference. And yeah, they're little true statements, but they're only true in a idiotic... Right, so I'm just making the point that, yes, they're just, it's useful, it's useless truth. If the truth doesn't come with more than, if all you say is, well, it's not just about you. That's all you say. You don't say anything else. Well, it's okay, fine. I mean, that's true. It's not just about you. But if I don't say to you, well, what are you really playing for? Oh, yeah, you're really playing for the future. I have to give it more context than just to say it's not just about you. I have to use a word like productivity. I have to use a word like efficiency. Yeah, that's it. You know, you have to have some concept of why it's not just about you. You know, there's got to be more to it than just saying the words. And just saying life is suffering isn't saying nearly enough. Illusory it is, and how, yes, you're just an object to be thought. Yeah, so just going into the fact that we could make nice little straight lines in our own imagination to gain our gratification. We can imagine, okay, and we can pretend, and so let's just do that instead of actually having to go out into the real world and whatever, have a stupid party. You know, let's not waste the money, let's not waste everybody's time. Let's just pretend we had it. And it's going to be so much more efficient. That's what Buddhism should be teaching, and it doesn't. Your mind, well, you can't do that, so that's retarded. So what it's really saying is dim the LED. Right, so it's this whole meditation thing of clear your brain of thinking. Well, you can't stop it from thinking. All you can do is give it really simple things to think about. Give it a little, okay, there's a rotating square inside. Yes, just think of the rotating square. You know, think of something incredibly simple. So just make a simple thing for your brain to think about that doesn't have any complications and doesn't have any moving parts and doesn't have anything. And just essentially break it's just so pointless. Just turn the computer off if you're going to make it useless. If I'm going to turn the computer, if I'm going to have a computer, what's the point of having it if I'm just going to tell it do as nothing as possible? For what purpose? There's just no function to it. So there's no real evidence that meditating actually does anything to help you, okay? Except in a sense that if you're feeling stress, yes, maybe you can mitigate against some of your right now stress. But you can do that with lots of other shortcuts, okay? So there's lots of other ways to create a distraction. And some of it won't help anyway, because some of your stress doesn't have anything to do with what's happening now. It has to do with what you ate 10 hours ago. You know, you ate a burrito and now it's starting to get into your lower intestine and starting to bug the shit out of you. So same thing happens with your little emotional problems. You have some emotional problem earlier in the day, you have a fight with somebody. Well, at 4 in the afternoon, your system has still got those little hormones floating around and those little triggers. It's already, everything, all the nerves are on excitement because you saw a bear. You know what I mean? It's like evolutionarily, it's for the purpose that, oh, I saw a bear in the morning. I have to be aware all day that I have to be on edge because there's a bear around. So that's what your body is doing. Your physiology is reacting. So it just keeps on reacting to stress, a stressful moment, and it just keeps you aware all day that stress, 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 stress. And so, yeah, these are all little tricks. So you find little tricks to try to mitigate against the fact that the system is always fighting against you in some ways. Well, some ways are against you. That it has a good purpose for a specific problem, but it isn't a very good solution for life in general. It's no good for you to be stressed for more than the moment you're stressed in our world. In the natural environment, it's a little different. So sometimes you're just haunted by something that happened 10 years ago. So, you know, some piece of crap from 10 years ago pops up because it's still doing the look out for, look out for that 10-year flood. And so, yeah, sometimes it's good to have some way to to mitigate against that. But that wouldn't be meditation. That would be something you could do simple, quick. Meditation isn't simple and quick. You could probably argue, yes, okay, I figured out that if I want to go fishing, I can just play fishing in my brain. Right, so this is what Buddhism really should be talking about, is the fact that, yes, you're not living in the world, you're living in your brain, okay? And the fact is your brain can pop different CDs, different movies, different DVDs into the view screen, and you can control some of this. You, being your programs, your subconscious can have patterns and habits, and you can sit there and say to your brain, acquire the habit of, and the fact is you can now make that a habit, okay? If you say it every day, it'll happen. So we can do some manipulating. Your subconscious, okay? Every time I say we, I'm probably just saying your subconscious. Your programming is constantly in flux, and the ideas that you hear about you can implement. There's no problem doing that. It sticks if you say stick. And you'll say stick if your brain is triggered to say, yeah, well, that's a good idea. I would like a little bit of that. Yeah, please, sir, give me some more. And take some control of the theater. And yeah, so we've done that. Okay. Yeah, so that's all there is. There's just the whole, your whole life experience is just happening in your brain. You don't need the eyes, you don't need the ears, you don't need all that shit. It's still happening without all that shit. That shit just increases the resolution. It just increases the amount of clarity, and it just makes the images less blurry. Nothing, doesn't do anything else. Mud structures, just especially again when right. So the idea that I was talking about, just how life is just so, fuck, it's just so stupid. I mean, great people are killed when they're 7. Kind of stupid shit. And it's just why keep making crap that isn't durable, that doesn't have any permanence, it doesn't have any it has no, it's a precious thing, and you're just watching it dissolve, like a witch in water. It's just stupid. It's just a waste. It's it's like exploding diamonds or something. There's just no point. Diamonds that radioactively decay. Fuck that. And you're stuck on a battlefield, and you are going to have to decide to kill me. Okay, so this was one of the Buddhism stories, about how we are here to satisfy our the agenda established for us. That we have this duty, and our duty should just be to fixing the future. And that simple statement should be the one always made, is that we have a duty to clean up the mess, so the future doesn't have to. Okay, now I have a duty to make war happen efficiently. Right, so, that's one of the Buddhist stories. I mean, it's just, it's just sort of so cynical in a way, and it's so defeatist that right there, that I've had enough of Buddhism, just because it's a philosophy of defeatism. It's the philosophy that says somehow the world is what it is, and the universe is what it is, and we can't do anything about it. Well, fuck, that's not true. We have nuclear bombs. We can do lots of shit. You, and I'll go into the quicksand and help somebody out of the quicksand so the Tyrannosaurus eats. Right, so it's too much of Buddhism is just about self-interest, and the entire major story of Buddhism is a prince, who realizes there's suffering in the world and wants to do something about it, and wants to find the truth. He wants to know why. He wants to know, what do you do about it? What? This isn't right. And so he asks death to tell him, and he's tested and all this crap to make sure he's not a frivolous person just looking for bullshit. La 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 la. The end result is jump in a fire. I mean, it's the idiotic non-answer. Save yourself. Save yourself. What the fuck? That's Buddhism. Save yourself. You can't do anything about anything else. Fuck you. That's not a good enough answer. I'm not leaving everybody else in hell. Fuck that. I either make a ladder out that everybody can walk, or fuck it. I don't want to hear your defeatist solutions. Wherever you see an egg, break it, because nothing good's happening. All right. Well, I'd qualify that by saying make sure it's a newly laid egg. Okay, not a nearly hatching egg. All right. Yeah, but there's nothing good will come of it. You're just sentencing people to the quicksand. So quit making quicksand babies. Sucks. Yeah, sure does suck. Yep, it really sucks. Oh, quit laying them in quicksand. I mean, quit pretending you're doing something other than just dooming things to relive a bad life. A life that's too messy, too sloppy, too stupid, too radioactive, too fucking dirty. It's filthy with unnecessary wasted suffering. When sure does suck. Let's not do a damn thing about. Yeah, sure. What do we have to do anything? What do we have to do with it? Right. So life is suffering. So what? That's Buddhism. So yep, that's the way it is. Let's just go about our business as if we didn't know it. It's almost like saying life is blue. I mean, it just doesn't mean anything. They just made the word suffering mean nothing. Life is torture. Well, yeah. So what? We're not going to do anything about it. Yeah, the end. Alright, so, you actually have a choice. You could watch one video or the other, or you could watch both of them, or you could not watch either one of them. Because, it is, I have to say, I'm just rephrasing what I have been saying for years and years and years. Just trying to say it in some other way, some better way, I suppose, some quicker way. I don't know. Probably not quicker. I mean, you can only go so quick. You still have to. You have to take some time. You can make life into a simple equation, but it's still an equation. It still has pieces to it. I mean, evolution, robot. Individual, but not significantly an individual. I mean, individuality only means something in terms of how you function. It doesn't have anything to do with your job. We have a collective mission. We don't have a collective capacity to perform the mission. Something like that. All right, so I'll call that a video. Yeah, I think that's enough. I really okay, so somebody commented, they want me to upload one of my previous videos to the website so they can download it. I really would like to comply, but there's issues here, and I don't want to have to write a whole long comment to explain it to you. But first off, there's browsers. You can get extensions for the browser and download the video yourself from YouTube. The fact is me putting videos on the website isn't terribly convenient, and I have to worry about how much I'm using a lot of server space, and so there's going to be a point where it's going to be the last straw they're going to let me have. I'm going to I'm in the terabytes of server space I'm using. It's a lot of server space. So why put up a video, and then I have to take it down again? I mean, it's a lot of trouble. I'm just saying, why, you expect me to do all this stuff for you too? I'm just saying it's kind of a nuisance. So, and you're asking me to do it, the person who's making the video that you want to see. If I keep doing that kind of stuff, then I'm not going to be able to make videos. You know what I mean? I can't do everything for you. All right. Some of it you have to work it out on your own. But glad you like the videos, but it's just not my job. I got better things to do with my time, and again, I really just don't like dumping gigabytes of crap on the server for so one guy can download it. It's a lot of trouble, and then posting you a link and going through it's a lot of trouble. I just don't get it. even if you played the video, I mean, you know, computers, most of them have a capacity to record what's on your screen, you know, and you could just play the YouTube video and record it. You know, but whatever. It's not my job. I mean, you know, just saying. Okay. Just, you know, there's so much, you know, people really do, you know, they kind of ask a lot sometimes, you know, in terms of interaction and all this stuff, or people want to talk, or they want to do this, or they want, you know, and I just can't, you know, I don't even have a big audience, and I just can't do it. And I'm certainly never going to be able to do it if I ever had a bigger audience. It's just, you can't do it. It just doesn't work. But whatever. You should sort of know that ahead of time. That you really, you know, you know, I shouldn't have to explain to you that it's, you know, part of making videos is about, there's a hunk of time, you know, that it takes to make a video. You can't just make a video. Everybody would be doing it if that's that simple. It's not that simple. But whatever. I mean, it's fairly simple, but I just mean in this circumstance, it's all, on a website, it's a little more complicated. But whatever. Okay. No. So, probably didn't need that part. Sorry. It's all just for, you know, basically one or two people. But anyway, it came to mind and I said it. Okay, so now, you know, I don't have to bother writing a comment and doing all that crap, so that's good. Anyway. Maybe somebody else can do it for him. Okay, it's a comment on like a video 2 or 3 times. I don't know where it is exactly. I don't remember. I think it's in 2 places actually. Well, it doesn't matter. But maybe somebody else can do it for him. Anyway, till the next time and such and so forth and whatnot. Yeah, signing off. All right, so this has been donotgod.com video presentation. Just also pointing out that Google's evil. It censors what you can see on the internet in all kinds of horrible ways. It doesn't index the internet at all fairly. It's a terrible company to have in control of the internet. It's just an obscenity that we have allowed this disgusting marketing company to control our public infrastructure. Just disgusting. Yuck.